Hello, Sergeant Samples here. Today's project is to actually package a mod and get it in the game after you've finished working on it. In this instance, we're going to package up a map, and with the help of my four little friends here, I'm going to show you some common errors that you could run into, as well as some pros and cons of the two different methods that are available to you to get your mod into Operation Harsh Doorstop. But before we package anything, we need to make sure that everything that is part of the mod is inside the mod folder, including factions, game modes, maps, rule sets, textures, materials, everything. If it is not part of the base game, if it is something that you are adding to the game through your mod, that item and everything associated with it needs to be included in your mod folder. So to actually package a mod, go to Package Mod at the top and select the mod in question. I actually also like to leave this checkbox here, Make Zip, checked. I prefer to use a zip because then it asks me where it's going to save the zip file and I know where to look. I have heard different things from different people about this not working or causing some kind of issue. I personally have never had any kind of problem with using a zip either in the packaging process or when uploading to Steam. So I personally use the zip, but I've heard different things from different people, so do with that what you will. Ask questions in the OHD Discord if you run into any problems. But I'm going to make a zip folder here. Select a demo map. It's going to ask me where to save the zip folder. And after a few minutes of attempting to package, we see this big wall of red text showing me errors. And I already know what the problem is. This blue guy right here has a material that's applied to him that is part of the plastic faction overhaul. So to quickly resolve this, I'm just going to get rid of the material and apply one that is inside my mod. The correct way to do this would be if I was going to copy over the material, the textures, the master, everything associated with that material would need to be copied over and put inside the mod folder. But for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to reapply a material and save. So let's try and package again. And by the way, what you're looking at here is the output log, which the easiest way to get to it is you can click Show Output Log while it's doing this packaging thing, or you can also go to Window, Developer Tools, Output Log. So looking at the output log, we can see that the map did package successfully. So how do we get it in game? There are two methods that you can use, but there are ups and downs to each method. I will show you how to do both and the pros and cons for each because they get a little bit tricky. Before we continue, the mesh for the yellow character is not inside the mod folder, it's coming from a general content folder, and it packaged successfully without throwing me a warning. The green character next to him, the mesh is inside the mod folder, but the material that's applied to him is not. But in the case of the blue and red characters, their meshes and materials are both inside the mod folder. All of that information is going to be relevant when we look at the final product in the game. So with all of that said, the first method is to create a mods folder in the game's base files. If we go to Steam, find the game in your library, look for the cog on the right hand side, manage, browse local files. This is going to open up the folder that has all of the game's files in it. Double click Harsh Doorstop, and this is the mods folder that we're after. If you don't have this, right click and create a new mods folder. Double click that mods folder. You're going to paste the zip folder into this mods folder and then extract using 7-zip or a similar program. Go to 7-zip, extract to demo map. You want the folder to have the same name as the mod name so that this folder called demo map, when we double click it, it says content and a U plugin, a .u plugin file. That is the correct file structure and order in which these files and folders need to go. If it's any different, it won't work. So with the base game open, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to find my map, Sergeant S demo map. And if we load this up, and here are my four guys. I have yellow with the perfect material and mesh is here. Green with the correct mesh and material. Red and blue both have the correct meshes and materials. But you might be wondering, how can it have the correct meshes and materials if you already told us that those meshes and materials were outside of the mod? Well, This is the downside of using the mods folder. When the mod is installed in this fashion, it can look like everything is perfectly fine. I don't know why, I don't know how, but that's how it works. The upside to using this method, though, is that there is no upload or download. You can simply install the zip folder and test. But you have to be mindful that it may look like everything is fine when it's not. That brings us to the second method that you can use to get your mod in game, which is to upload it and download it from Steam. If we go to Upload Mod at the top in the middle, select the mod in question, select a cover image to go with it. We can give it a title, a description, some change notes, and apply a tag to define what kind of mod it is, and select Upload. With it successfully uploaded, go to the workshop page for OHD. You'll see your workshop files, files you've posted. And here's my demo map right here. I'm going to subscribe to this. Now, if you've been following along up to this point, we now have a problem. It is both downloaded from Steam and in the mods folder. And the mods folder will automatically overwrite anything that you've downloaded from Steam that is the same mod name. So if we only want to test the Steam version, we need to go back into our mods folder and delete the demo map folder that we created earlier. You can leave the zip folder, but you need to delete the unzipped mod folder. And now back in game, we can see some of the problems I was afraid of. Our mesh for the yellow guy is completely missing. Our material for the green guy is missing, even though the mesh is still here. And our red and blue guys are perfectly accurate. So the upside of using Steam is that it is more accurate and reflective of what the actual finished product will look like. The downside is that it takes time to upload and download. And this may or may not matter to you, but a mod only appears on the most recent tab in the workshop based on upload date. So if you upload it but leave it hidden for a while you test and then make it public, it may or may not appear on the most recent tab. If that matters to you, delay your actual upload until you're ready to publish it and make it public, and test using the mods folder instead. But again, you need to bear in mind which version you're using, and that the mods folder version may or may not be completely correct. As I said at the beginning of the video, my goal here was to help you get your mod in-game, explain the two methods that you can use, and the pros and cons for each. I hope that I've helped answer some questions, haven't confused you too much. If I have, please let me know in the comments. Follow up with any questions you have. You can also find me in the Discord. Regardless, I want to wish you luck with whatever you're working on, and have a great day.